The Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee. Today, who do you choose? Yeah, I was listening to a song, Who Do You Love? A version done by George Thorogood and the Destroyers. And it just brought up this idea, who do you choose? And so when I think about that, I go, well, it's only natural. Maybe, no, it's not natural. It is natural, but it's not what we choose, is we should be choosing ourselves first. Because what we know is that all we know that's true is that I'm aware. That's it. Everything else we make up. And so when you embody that idea and you choose yourself first, then who do you choose next? And it would make sense if you truly value yourself, if you have a sense of self-worth, you're going to choose people that support you. Pretty simple, isn't it? You're going to literally choose people who support you. They're the people you're going to give your time. They're the people you're going to give your juice, your emphasis, your energy. But you're not going to give your juice. You should not, I would say. I don't know what's right for you, but don't give your energy to people who are not supporting you. Why are you wasting your time? And people will say to me, well, they might be family and it's toxic. Well, just because they're family doesn't mean you have to choose to spend time with them. Again, it goes, we got to start to question everything. And when we question everything, we come to the point of view is that what's going to be the greatest expression of love coming through me? Well, if you have relationships in your life and those relationships are fearful, then you're saying to the universe, I'm in relationships that are fearful because I deserve fear. Because if you believed you didn't deserve fear, you wouldn't have those relationships. I don't know if this is ringing for you, if this is challenging you, if this is causing you to go, ooh. I don't know where that ooh came from. But that's Lee. That's authentic Lee right there. That's all I can say about that. Um, Authentic Lee is making Authentic Lee smile. I choose Lee first. If you can't tell, if you don't know that, I choose me first. Once I've got me down, I'll choose people to be around that support me or that are a vibrational frequency that I can support them. But there are people that are nowhere near my vibrational frequency. Nowhere near my vibrational frequency. I don't choose them. I let them be. I let them find their own people. I'm not it. I've learned so clearly through my life that you can't change people no matter how much you want to. No matter how much you know it would be good for them, you can't change them. What you can do is you can be an example. If you're an example, that'll have a greater impact than anything you say. So I'm letting you know through my example, I choose Lee. I choose people who support Lee. It doesn't mean they don't challenge me, but it's not based on competition. It's based on challenging me to be a greater expression of love that I, Lee, can only uniquely be. The way I express and experience love is unique to me because I'm unique. The way you express and experience love is unique to you. I don't know what that is for you. I only sometimes know what it is for me. If I could tell you I knew about what I could do all the time to be in that state, I would do that. But I don't, because we live in a world of contrast. We live in a world where there's yin and yang, there's infinite possibilities, and there's the one side, the other side, the other side, the other side, and no side is right or wrong. It's the human ego that says right or wrong. Fact of the matter, from an infinite perspective, there is no right or wrong because there's just one. It always has been. It always will be. You can call it God. You can call it any name you want, but it's omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, meaning it's all powerful, all knowing, and everywhere, which means it's infinite. If it's infinite, then it must have created me out of it, and I'm an expression of it, unique to how it created me. And you are the same. You are a unique expression of the infinite. It chose to express itself as you, through you, in you, around you. And it also gave itself, you and I, free choice to experience anything we want. Anything we want. It's like Adam and Eve. When Adam and Eve, before they took the bite of that apple, they had all of everything to experience. But when they took the bite of the apple, what happened was they now got to see contrast. They now got to see it from an ego perspective. And it made life interesting. Because if it was infinite and there was no contrast, how would you know what tasted good, what didn't taste good, what felt good, what didn't feel good? See, contrast is the juice that gives us the ability to experience life. Now, the question is, we get to choose who we are and who we surround ourselves with, and that has a tremendous impact on our life experience. But we forget that. We think that we are forced to be with certain people. No, we're not. We get to choose every moment of every day. We get to choose who we are and who we spend time with. I don't know how good you are at dealing with that, but that's your choice. I would invite you to first and foremost fall in love with you. There are two great books I would ask you to get. One of them it's a book called The Power in You, written by a minister by the name of Reverend Lee Wallach. Yeah, me. I got my first chapter in there. The first chapter is The Power of Knowing What Love Is. And then from there I build. The other book that I would recommend is The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. If I was writing a book of that nature, I think he nailed it. He nailed it in that book. And I know that that book scares people because we've been taught that loving ourselves is selfish. How dare we? We must suffer. We must sacrifice ourselves for others. That says that God is limited. God's not limited. It's infinite. If it's infinite, then my possibilities and your possibilities are infinite. But you got to test it for yourself, gang. I tell everyone, don't believe anything I say. Don't believe Lee. Believe you after you've tested it. Because if you've tested it, then you know it. And if you know it, you own it. When you own it, it makes everything so much easier. Here's the key thing. Once you own it, don't try to tell people this is what to do. You might suggest, try this. See if it works for you. Because I'll tell you a secret. You can't convince anyone of anything. It doesn't work. It may work for a very short period of time because they want to please you, but eventually it's gone because they were born with a sense of freedom to be their unique self and to find out in their unique way. So today, who do you choose? Start with you and then surround yourself with people who support you as you unfold you and you support them as they unfold them. Make it a great day. It's your choice. Choose you. Aloha.